Breakfast with Hector on 2FM.
In the morning.
Weekdays 7 to 9 a.m.
Yeah, good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Breakfast with Hector. It's a Monday morning all over the country. Coming up on our show, your commute may be long today, but would you fancy driving from Ireland to Australia? We'll talk to one man who is about to make this epic journey and he may need your help. Good morning, David O'Connor.
Good morning, Hector. How are you?
How's that wagon this morning?
It's good. It's coming along nicely. Thanks a million for having me on.
You're very welcome. I started following you on Twitter. I couldn't but not look at the wagon, at the set of wheels you're bringing with you. Please describe to me the vehicle, what year she is, what's on the clock, and how did you pick it? How did you pick a vehicle to bring you out to Australia?
Well, no, I suppose it's a 99 Land Cruiser, and I suppose I've had a few additions to it since I first bought it. I bought it about 2 years ago, and at the moment it has about 200,000 kilometres on the clock, and I've made some additions to it. I suppose the best way of deciding on what to buy was, I suppose, I just went with Toyota. I've had a few Toyotas in the past, so they've always been good.
The Land Cruiser, it's a workhorse.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've made a few additions with the likes of the snorkel and upgraded suspension and roof rack and roof tent and all the rest anyway, so she's good to go.
What's your Twitter handle, Dave, there? Because I want to show people that there are photographs. It's what are you on Twitter?
Yeah, no, Twitter, Overland to Oz on Twitter, and Facebook as well, Overland to Oz, and the website as well as
Overland to Oz. But it's great. It was almost, I could see the Jeep changing in front of my eyes when you first brought it into your local garage, man. Then you bought a roof rack, then you brought the tent for the top of the roof, then you brought the awning, and you can see the way that this Jeep is becoming a mobile house.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's the idea. It's not just a drive; it's a bit of an expedition as well. So the idea is that it's going to be it's somewhat self-sufficient. There's even there's plugs in the front and back as well. So there's as I said, it's a living. It's the house on the move.
It's fantastic. This is exciting. It's exciting. I'd say you've got adrenaline. You're a little bit excited, but it's a huge undertaking, man. To drive. Just let's talk about the journey. Like, when are you leaving? And talk to me the countries you're going to hit through.
Well, I suppose, yeah, the date of departure is the 1st of August on across from Rosslare to Cherbourg, and then the route across Europe is not really determined. It's just got to, I suppose that's up for, the most important thing is we get to Turkey, and across Europe to Turkey, Iran, Pakistan, India, then ship it to Nepal, and back down through India, then India, ship it to Malaysia,
okay.
Now Vietnam, Thailand, head back down south to Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, ship it from Indonesia to Darwin, and then head down the Gold Coast to the final destination.
You said that in about 25 seconds. It's not going to be like that, really, is it? How long is this going to take?
Well, it's going to take. It's about 4 to 5 months anyway. Yeah, it sounds a bit better rolling off the tongue, but it's a bit of an undertaking.
I'm just trying to think of you, Dave, in a year's time when you're back in your local pub. Yeah. I remember when I was on the ship from India, shipping down, you're going to have some stories for the lads.
Oh, for sure. As the lads would say, from Tremor, the big wave stories. I'll have loads of big wave stories.
Now, yeah, there's a serious note to this, because as we know, around the country there are people raising funds for important causes. This is something unique and different, but there's two causes close to your heart.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All the money I raise, I was going to do this anyway. And I decided when I was going to do it, so I might as well raise a few quid. And I suppose there's two charities, and I suppose it affected a lot of people, and that's for cancer and suicide prevention. Obviously, a lot of people, just like myself, has been affected by it closely. So they're two very, very good charities, and it's a good thing to be doing.
The Irish Cancer Society and Console, and yeah, big time. Two important charities and two important funds. This Jeep is going to become your house. This Jeep is going to protect you. This Jeep is becoming your best friend. Have you a name on the Jeep yet?
Well, I suppose the size and what it's turned into at the moment, I suppose the tank is the best way of describing it anyway. So it's a bit you'll definitely see it coming anyway. So I suppose it's a labour of love at the moment.
And tell me about, where's the most dangerous? Is there anywhere you're fearful of? Because it's not all going to be a fantastic trip with a camera stopping and sightseeing. There's got to be a few hairy places in between.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I suppose one of the places that sticks out, is the Pakistan side of the route. When you arrive at the Iranian-Pakistan border, there's a 14-hour armed escort from a place called Taftan to another a city called Quetta. Now, I suppose Quetta, the problem is in Quetta, it's 40 kilometres away from the Afghan border. So
right.
There's an air of instability about it, and then after Quetta you spend overnight again, and another 8-hour armed escort to a place called Multan, and after that then you're kind of left to your own devices. But there's a bit of a problem with the visa, but in fairness, the guys in the Pakistani embassy are working with me and they've been great so far, so fingers crossed.
Brilliant. You know what? I travelled all the way through Africa from top to bottom, and when you do get out in the middle of nowhere, you think it's going to be, there's all sorts of problems going on, but you're going to have some of the most magical times. The website is Overland to Oz. You're on Facebook.com/Overland Oz and Twitter, Overland Oz. If you do want to give them a follow, do that, because I'll tell you one thing, it's great to see the Jeep changing, and congratulations on getting all the bit of carpentry and all the back. I saw all the gear you were going to carry in the back of the Jeep, and then all of a sudden you got a carpenter to make all your boxes and your drawers and everything. It looks fantastic. She's nearly ready to go.
Yeah, she is, and I just want to say as well, I mean, I'm kind of organising the trip myself, but I'm looking for. I already have a few people on board, but I'm picking people up on and off as we go. There's a few people coming from months, a few people I've met before, and a few friends and stuff like that.
All right,
so
fantastic, yeah.
If anyone's interested in going a bit of a mad venture, they might check it out and get in touch with me.
Okay, so you're looking for people to carry on the journey and to have the journey. Overlandtooz.ie. David O'Connor from Tramore. It's a magnificent trip, 30,000 kilometres. You're going to have some magnificent stories and great tales to tell, and great photos for the rest of your life. Fair play to you, my man.
Yeah, no, Hector, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I'd just like to thank everyone who's listening, the few listeners around the world from Saudi Arabia, Singapore, New York and Sydney and all the rest anyway. So
superb. Keep her lit, my friend.
Thank you so much.